Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. Well, today we got something different for you. We traveled up north to the Bay Area, and we'll be fishing aboard the new Huck Finn with Jay. And we're fishing a spot right now looking for some rockfish and ling cod. Here's a little rockfish I just caught right now. And this is what we'll be doing today. Fishing the bottom, looking for rockfish, ling cod. You never know what to expect. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. Welcome to Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez. This week's episode of Sport Fishing is brought to you by Bradley Smokers, when you only want the very best. By Shakespeare, manufacturers of the Ugly Stick, America's best-selling fishing rod. By Game Saver, preserve your fish, use a Game Saver. By Penn, the biggest name in fishing.
Nice ling cod. That's a kelp green ling.
Oh, nice fish.
There he is.
Woo!
Nice ling cod.
And just working that jig back down the bottom. We caught something small. I don't know how small, but it's small. It's not a ling cod, so it's probably a little rockfish. That's what's kind of neat about the spot out here that we're fishing. Right outside San Francisco, Emeryville area. You can get all kinds of variety of fish. Here's another little rockfish.
I got a cold water tarp.
Great fish. Uh-oh.
Another beauty.
Kevin's got a good one.
He got lost.
How did this happen?
I bought him at Safeway.
Yeah.
Another one that got away.
Yeah.
Rusty
Yeah, look at those mouths.
And that other hook that was in there? That's what that is?
Yeah.
You can see the hook in this fish. And that's a hook, an old one that busted out of a fish. This fish had been hooked before and got away. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with a lot more action up here out of Emeryville. Of where the new Huck Finn. Here we go.
I got it. There's no messing around here. Little help from the captain.
We're fishing up off of the Marin Coast, up off of Point Reyes today. School of lingcod moved in this last week. It's been good fishing, but this is extraordinary. Like this, it's been just excellent fishing this whole week. Nice size lingcod.
There we go. I'm just working a magic metal jig right on the bottom using light line. You got a 20-pound test braided line using a Dan Hernandez custom rod, ugly stick tiger rod, and an international Penn International reel. And we're fishing the bottom here, looking for lingcod, rockfish. Feels like I have a lingcod on here. I don't know how big it is, but it's fighting pretty good. But it feels, you know, this light tackle, even the smaller, medium-sized lingcods feel really good. So let's see what this guy is right here. It's coming up. We're only in about 90 feet of water, 100 feet of water. So this is pretty awesome fishing. Here we go. Lingcod. Little one. There's a little one.
You can go up to the right or either way.
This came off. There we go. Keeper lingcod?
Yeah.
This is I was using a metal jig. Magic metal, bouncing right off the bottom. And there's a keeper lingcod. All right, cool. Well, let's take a little break from the action here aboard the new Huck Finn, visit the tackle box, and give you a good look at the tackle that we're using up here for this type of fishing. This week, the tackle box is brought to you by Cabela's, America's foremost outfitters. This week in the tackle box, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing this week. We're out at Emeryville Sport Fishing, fishing out of the bay and traveling right underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, heading north, looking for monster-sized lingcod. And today what we're doing is targeting these fish on live bait. Lots of times when we go fish for lingcods, we're able to catch them on the Magic Metals and the B52 bucktails. But on this particular day, there's so much live bait, schools of anchovies stacked up around these fish that they're really focused. We're catching fish today on both anchovies, and live sardines. Now the rig that we're using is a rod like this. This is the Dan Hernandez signature rod made by Shakespeare. It's an ugly stick custom rod. Find it at your local tackle stores. And we have it matched up with a Penn Torque 300. You gotta make sure that both the rod and the reel matched up together. So you got a 40-pound rod with the Torque 300 filled with 40-pound test line. Now, the reel may look a little big for this type of fishing, bottom fishing, but believe me, you hook a big ling, a 40-pound ling, 30-pound ling, you're gonna wish that you had a reel that big. The Torque 300 is perfect for that type of fishing. Now, as far as the terminal gear, there's two basic ways to go. One would be a dropper loop, and what I like to do is fish a reverse dropper loop. That means that the sinker is in the loop, so the sinker sits on the bottom, and then your anchovy or sardine will swim a little bit above it. Notice that the leader's not very long because you want to keep that bait down in the rock. And the only danger with this is when we're fishing lingcods, we're fishing heavy structure, lots of rocks. So there's a chance that your sinker may get stuck, and you're fishing properly right in the rocks. From time to time, you will lose your sinker. So what a lot of anglers do, instead of fishing this rig, is they tie a rig with a three-way swivel. And the way the three-way swivel is designed is that there'll be a short leader to your sinker. That way, if your sinker gets stuck, you put a lighter line on it, maybe 20-pound test line. It gets stuck in there, it breaks off, and then your line is still tied onto the swivel with the hook and to the reel, and all that floats up with the fish. You can bring it back in. So you can lose your sinker and still land the fish. And the hooks that we're using, laser sharp hooks. This particular hook is a size 4.0, but I would only use a hook this big if I was fishing with sardines. If I'm fishing with anchovies, I go size 1, size 2, depending on how big the lingcod are. That's the basic gear that you need. So let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing. This is Richard. He's one of our regulars that comes out with us in Southern California. He came up to join us up here up in the Bay Area today. He's got a fish going. So he's got a Penn reel on there. What do you got, about 30-pound test? 30. 30-pound test line. So let's see what he's got here. It's shaking its head like a lingcod, but who knows what it is. There it is. Yeah, it's a lingcod. Nice lingcod. There you go. There you go, legal ling cod. Congratulations. Baja California is still the best year-round catch south of the border. Visit discoverybajaCalifornia.com and check out more ways you must do Baja. Mexico, beyond your expectations. This week in the galley, we're down here in beautiful Ensenada, Mexico at the Hotel Corral Marina and Resort. Standing next to me is Claudia here. And Claudia, thank you for inviting us down.
Thank you also for inviting us to your program.
I've been here many times in the past, towed my boat down here, stayed here, had a wonderful time. I love coming to Ensenada, and I'm so glad you guys invited us to come down and do a cooking segment. And who's our chefs today?
Today, Rafael Lopez, he's the one that's preparing a delicious fish fillet.
Awesome. And his assistant?
And his assistant, Erasto Moreno, he's also preparing the delicious salsa that goes with the fish.
Dish. And the fish we have today is what?
Today, we have a halibut.
Halibut?
Halibut.
Okay.
We're gonna make it with green peppers, green and red peppers, potatoes.
Some potatoes.
It's rosemary.
Rosemary?
We're gonna cook it in Ensenada.
Okay. Local rosemary?
Yes. This is clam sauce.
Clam sauce?
Yes.
And you make this clam sauce yourself?
Yes.
Okay. And what's this? Is this just butter?
This is butter. We butter with
Garlic,
a little
maybe?
bit chili.
Oh, chili?
Chili and garlic.
Okay, cool. Make it a Mexican style butter. All right. Well, let's get started.
All right.
A little bit of olive oil.
Yes. Just a little bit, no? Okay.
So this halibut, you've already kind of cooked it a little bit. I see you seasoned it.
Yes.
Has a little bit of what? Pepper and
This is little bit. It's paprika.
paprika.
Just a little bit and pimienta.
So Nessa's going to go ahead and drop the potatoes inside this pan. They have a little bit of olive oil in there, and you just season them lightly with some black pepper and salt.
So the fish is ready.
Okay.
It's ready. Gonna put it in the side,
Okay.
and then
Vegetables.
peppers, red vegetables. This is little bit oil already.
So we're just going to cook this real quick.
Sí, ya con eso, Échale la hierba. Poquito nada más.
And what is this again?
This is rosemary.
Rosemary. Just adding a little bit of rosemary.
A nice flavor. Ya, lo preparas ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a strong herb, right? Rosemary, you
Yes.
can't use too much of that. The
The
sauce?
clam sauce.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the clam sauce, is it already made up or is it just kind of all put together and you have to heat it up now?
We're gonna make it. We're gonna heat it.
Heat it up.
What are the ingredients?
Yeah. What are the
Okay.
ingredients that we have inside this?
All right. We have the clams.
Clams, cut clams.
Fresh clams. You see.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the clams. And little bit of wine, lemon, and sour cream. That's it.
Okay. Very basic.
I think it's enough. You know.
Okay.
Some people prefer. Okay.
The fish.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get the potatoes, the papas. Some bell peppers.
Nice. The peppers over here.
The sauce. A little bit of butter.
Little bit of butter with cheese, with chili.
Chili.
See?
I've never tried butter with chili. I gotta try this. This looks good.
Mmm.
Mmm, that is good. Very good, Rafael. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful halibut dish. Gracias, Ernesto. Thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.
Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing. Gracias.
De nada.
Mexico, beyond your expectations. Got 8-ounce sinker on the bottom. I'm just going all the way down the bottom. And if you can get to the bottom, you got a chance at the ling cod, but right now there's so many rockfish that the last 2 drops I haven't even made to the bottom, just got a rockfish. So just trying to get all the way down the bottom. You see the gear we're using today. We have a Torque. This is a Torque 200 made by Penn. And then got 30-pound test line on there. And this is the Shakespeare Ugly Stick Custom Rod, Dan Hernandez model. And just getting it all the way down the bottom. Come on, fishes. Come on. There he is. Feel him there. Make sure he's still there. There he is. There you go. See how I did that? Just take all the slack out of the line and then wind up. It's just a rockfish. Not what we're trying to catch. Just so many rockfish here. And that's part of the reason the ling cod are here, because they're here to eat all these rockfish. Let's see what this guy is. Probably another little blue. There we go, another blue bass. Again, not what we're trying to catch, but just a nice sized rockfish. You know, if we could catch rockfish like this in Southern California, we'd be happy. Here it's just a little fishy. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more action for the new Huck Finn. This week, the Boat Bio is brought to you by Penn, manufacturing America's best fishing reels. The new Huck Finn is a sport fisher, operates daily out of Emeryville Sport Fishing up in the Bay Area. She's a big boat, has plenty of deck space for fishing, and carries a large supply of live bait. There's plenty of walk-around space, and the galley is large enough to get the anglers out of the weather. The wheelhouse is equipped with all the modern electronics for fish finding, navigation, and communications. At Emeryville Sport Fishing, you can make your reservation and book your trip aboard the new Huck Finn today. This is Jay. He's the owner of the new Huck Finn and run every day out of Emeryville Sport Fishing, right? And what can you tell our viewers that aren't familiar with fishing in the Bay Area about fishery up here and what kind of service that you guys offer up here?
We have excellent fishery up here. It's we primarily do the live bait fishery. Fish, we mainly drift fish. We rarely anchor fish.
Any fish variety species, stripers, halibut, the rockfish, ling cod.
Yeah, I mean, like you've seen today, it's
phenomenal
fishing.
fishing.
Excellent fishing.
Yeah, this is our second year in the row up here with you. And last year just awesome fishing, and this year it's the same, just awesome fishing. We're really close to shore.
Yeah.
You know, we have to go out to islands today. The islands is a neat place to go to, but this is just a beautiful location, and the weather. You know, I hear about the Bay Area being rough weather.
You brought the weather from Southern California, so I mean.
Now, I know the new Huck Finn runs out of Emeryville Sport Fishing all the time, but is this boat open party boat or a charter boat? Can anybody watching the episode just call up and make a reservation? Yeah,
they can. We run open charters every day that we're not booked up. Right. Weekdays, we run 7 days a week. So if they want to come fishing, they could call. And just call the landing number. Call the landing number, and they'll take the reservations. They'll tell you what we've been catching. There's a 1-800 number, and we have a hotline number that they update every day. And they have a really nice website too. I've been to it several times. Well, thanks a lot, Jay. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
You know, the fishing's phenomenal. If you haven't been up to the Bay Area, come see Jay. It's a new Huck Finn out of Emeryville Sport Fishing. If you want to charter the boat, take your company out, just friends, family. It's a great operation. We've been here several times now. Fishing's been phenomenal. And as you can see the weather today, don't be afraid of the weather. Come on up to Bay Area. It's beautiful fishing. Well, thanks again. We had a great time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
When we return right after this commercial break, I'll be giving you this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is brought to you by Magic Metal Jigs and Bucktail Jigs. For this week's tip of the week, Jay and I will be giving it. And Jay, I think the big tip that we saw today was really got to fish nothing lighter than 30 pound when you start targeting these big ling cod.
Yeah, for the ling cod, minimum 30, 40 pound test leader line.
Right.
Your main line could be a little lighter, but your leader line should be
about 40 pound.
About 40 pound test.
Yeah, we saw a lot of fish today. Even I had a couple of fish on 30, got busted off. And you're right, if it would have been at least 40, you probably would have got those fish.
Yeah.
And those big fish that were landing today, all those fish were taking a 40 pound leader.
Yeah, nice fish.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful day today. It's hard to believe. You hear stories about San Francisco being foggy, big seas. I've been here 3-4 times now, and it's been like this. Just beautiful weather. I like the way you arrange that for us. It's nice.
You bring the Southern California weather with you.
Well, I wish it was this nice in LA right now. Well, Jay, we had a good time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
All our people had a lot of fun. I'm Dan Hernandez for Jay and all the crew here and everybody aboard the new Huck Finn. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing. Thanks again.
Thank you.